60 KGFX is proud to bring you coverage of area high school sports. To hear this broadcast online, log on to drgnews.com. Now, with the pregame, here's Brian Oakland.
Well, thank you very much, and a very good Thursday evening, everybody. A night of high school basketball coming your way here on KGFX and drgnews.com as we have the Pierre Lady Governor basketball team on the road to the big city of Sioux Falls once again as they take on Sioux Falls, Washington. Washington coming in 7-5 on the season. The Lady Govs, after a win last Thursday at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, have a bit of a tougher task tonight against Sioux Falls, Washington. Pierre coming in 2-9 off of a Saturday afternoon loss at Yankton as well. Supposed to play Mitchell on Tuesday night, but that got weathered out. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. With Jeff Duncan back in studio, again, Brian Oakland at Washington High School, and your coverage, our coverage of the Pierre Lady Govs, and your official home of the Govs and Lady Govs, KGFX, and the stations of the Dakota Radio Group are being made possible by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors: Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera Medical Group, the Dairy Queen, Overhead Door, Gateway Ford, Lincoln Toyota, and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC in Pierre. And tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Edgewood Senior Living, Oahe Federal Credit Union, TMA, the Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, the Pitts Corporation, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Lynn's Dakota Mart, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Offices, by the Ramkota Hotel, Montana Dakota Utilities, Arby's Restaurant, and Wagner Auto. And tonight's game brought to you within the broadcast by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the Boyd Conzemius Agency, and American Family Insurance by Teton River Traders Gun Shop, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Lynn's Dakota Mart, CHS Midwest Cooperatives, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto in Pierre. Scoreboards from Wagner Auto at the end of each of our quarter breaks will keep you updated from Wagner Auto, the one place to go, and BS is on the way. Watching a sophomore game right now, about halfway through the fourth quarter. It's all Sioux Falls, Washington in this one, 50-21. The JV game also went the way of the Warriors, 45-35. Had a good freshman game as the Pierre freshmen had a nice lead, but they let it slip away. They went to overtime, and Sioux Falls, Washington won that one, 58-53. So Washington's having their way so far on the undercard, the varsity game coming up, and of course the Warriors will be favored in that one as well. But we'll talk about it. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll begin our pregame show. By the way, the live stream is up and running. Go to youtube.com and subscribe to the KGFX 1060 channel, and you'll be able to see this game as well as hear it on youtube.com, or you can hear the audio only at drgnews.com, or of course on the airwaves here on KGFX. So we'll take a look around the AA, the seedings and things like that, see what else is happening in the way of ball games that have happened this week and what's to come this weekend. We've got conversations with head coaches and keys to success, starting lineups, game officials, and a whole lot more coming up as you listen to the girls' game. As the boys' game is on River 92.7, this is the girls' game, Lady Governors at Sioux Falls, Washington on 1060 KGFX and drgnews.com.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Why choose Edgewood Senior Living?
We chose Edgewood. It's a beautiful facility. My parents are taken care of very well. The staff is amazing. Their apartments are clean for them. They have their laundry done. They are a liaison between the doctor's office and their physicians. Who wouldn't choose Edgewood?
Call 494-3400 for a tour and to learn more. Edgewood Senior Living. This is home.
Hi, I am Slade Weller, and I am Pitts Corporation's local.
If your checking account earns little or no interest and charges you ATM fees galore, isn't it time for a new checking account? At Bank West, E-Plus checking customers earn a great interest rate and never pay ATM fees. Can your current checking account do that? Switching to E-Plus is easy. Visit us online at bankwest-sd.bank or work with a friendly staff at one of our convenient locations. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Hi, I am Slade Weller and I am Pitts Corporation's local branch manager. Pitts Corporation is a commercial architecture, construction management, and construction company serving South Dakota for over 65 years. I am a local peer and have over 20 years of construction experience. With architects, estimators, project managers, superintendents, and a quality group of trade professionals on staff, Pitts Corporation is ideally set up to assist you with your future building needs. Please call 223-2440 or stop by our office on Airport Road to set up your initial free consultation.
We're back at Washington High School getting ready for basketball tonight. The Lady Governors were supposed to have a 3-game week, including Tuesday night at home against the Mitchell Lady Colonels, but pretty much everything was put on hold on that very cold night. Good to have an opportunity to hit the road here for the second Thursday in a row. The Lady Govs come to Sioux Falls. Last week was a good Thursday night, a 59-52 win in overtime over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, a game that saw Emily Michelson go for almost a school record, 34 points and an overtime win. The Lady Govs weren't so fortunate, though, as Yankton outscored them 57-38 on Saturday afternoon. So Pierre 2-9 coming in. Some games that have happened already so far. Sioux Falls, Washington will be playing their second game of the week. They played Monday night at Harrisburg here in the metro area, and the top-ranked Harrisburg Lady Tigers really kind of went off, and Coach Jamie Parrish of Washington said they probably played their best game of the year, and that's saying something for a team that improved to 12-1. Harrisburg beat Washington 68-34. Some games were postponed. Mitchell at Pierre, of course, Huron at Aberdeen. Sioux Falls Roosevelt was supposed to go to Watertown. One other game that was postponed from Tuesday night has been moved to tonight. That has Brookings hosting Sioux Falls Lincoln, and Yankton is at Harrisburg in the ESD. In addition to this game with Pierre at Sioux Falls, Washington. Out west, Rapid City Central is across town at Stevens High School as well in AA basketball. Full schedule coming up tomorrow as well with Harrisburg at Sioux Falls O'Gorman, Brookings at Brandon Valley, Sturgis and Spearfish go to Mitchell and Huron for an overnight stay, and Sioux Falls Roosevelt is at Aberdeen tomorrow, and Watertown will host Marshall, Minnesota. Saturday, the Lady Govs will be back in action, 5 o'clock with a tip on KGFX from Riggs High Gym when they entertain another tough opponent, the Brandon Valley Lynx, as Sturgis and Spearfish continue, and Huron and Mitchell and Sioux Falls O'Gorman will head up to Aberdeen. Here are the standings as they are right now, though, as far as ESD conference play is concerned. Harrisburg is at 8-1 in first place. Brandon Valley 5-1. Brookings 7-2 continues to play well. They defeated this Washington team that we'll see tonight last week, 55-50. Mitchell 4-3 in fourth place. Yankton, off of their win over the Lady Govs on Saturday, is in the middle of the pack at 3-3, followed by Aberdeen and Huron, both 1-4. Within the conference, Pierre is 0-4. And Watertown still winless overall on the season and 0-7 in conference play. In the AA rankings, though, Harrisburg has the overall top seed. They are 12-1 ahead of Sioux Falls O'Gorman at 12-2. Brandon Valley, who we'll see Saturday, is 9-3. Brookings is 9-2 as our sophomore game finishes up 50-29. The final score. Lady Govs did score the final 8 points of that sophomore game, but that's 3 for 3 on the undercard for Washington. Brookings in the 4 spot, Rapid City Stevens, Sioux Falls Lincoln, Sturgis, and Sioux Falls Washington would have home games tonight. Washington would be the 8th seed, and they would host Rapid City Central, who is the 9th, followed by Aberdeen Central, Mitchell, Douglas, Yankton, and Huron, and then Pierre still in that 15 spot at 2-9. Watertown is in 16th with Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Spearfish, both 1-12. The two teams on the outside looking in for what would be a final 16 ranking, but the Lady Govs will go to Sioux Falls O'Gorman if the postseason were to begin tonight. In the week ahead, just one game for Pierre. They're at home against the Huron Tigers on Tuesday night, and that game will be on KGFX following Pierre Governor Wrestling, as they will do a Watertown starting at 5 o'clock, and we'll have a wrestling and girls basketball doubleheader with the Lady Govs hosting Huron. We'll look forward to that. Governors are hosting the Warriors tonight at Riggs High Gym on River 92.7 as well. Rod Fisher with the call on that. His pregame should be underway. Pierre is at 1-4 on the season, 4-7 overall, 7th out of 9 in the ESD standings, and they currently sit in the 14 seed out of the top 16 and 18 overall. Aberdeen Central and Mitchell are still behind them with Douglas and Spearfish on the outside looking in. The Govs would be playing at Sioux Falls Roosevelt if the postseason were to begin tonight. We'll keep you updated on how they progress with the Washington Warriors at Riggs High Gym. Washington, I think, just 3-7 on the season, actually 3-9. So they're having their struggles. Could be a good competitive ball game at Riggs tonight. But here it's the girls' game, and we'll take another 2-minute break. We'll come back with our keys to success and conversations with both head coaches, to be brought to you by the Boyd Conzemius Agency in Pierre. And before we let you go to break, we remind you on your way to and from the games and, anytime, all the time, I guess, please avoid a kiss with death and always plan a designated driver. That's an emphatic reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Back in 2 minutes with a conversation with Scott DeBoer, the Lady Governor head coach, as our pregame continues. Lady Gov basketball on KGFX.
This is Jameson from Oahe Federal Credit Union. Feeding South Dakota relies on people like you every day. People to take the time to think of those who may not know where their next meal will come from. This is why Oahe Federal Credit Union will be hosting a food drive that will benefit our local Feeding South Dakota food bank here in Pierre. Please drop off donated items at 221 East Pleasant Drive, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Food drive will end February 28th, 2019.
Hi, I am Slade Weller, and I am Pitts Corporation's local branch manager. Pitts Corporation is a commercial architecture, construction management, and construction company serving South Dakota for over 65 years. I am a local peer and have over 20 years of construction experience. With architects, estimators, project managers, superintendents, and a quality group of trade professionals on staff, Pitts Corporation is ideally set up to assist you with your future building needs. Please call 223-2440 or stop by our office on Airport Road to set up your initial free consultation.
This Governor Sports Moment is being brought to you by the independent insurance team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. Zach Hansen and Lane Severin were members of 4 Pierre Governor basketball teams, and they played in more varsity games than any other Governor player in history. They capped off their careers by leading Pierre to its 4th state basketball championship in 2013 and left Pierre as the leading and second leading scorers and rebounders in school history. Zach Hansen and Lane Severin, 2 of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Top of the morning, TMA. This John may help you.
At TMA, top-notch service begins the moment you call for an appointment. John at TMA believes in customer service and quality work. When you need tires repaired or replaced, TMA is the place to go. Just remember, if it's round, rubber, and rolls, it's at TMA. You can count on TMA for all of your automotive needs, from tires to mufflers to all automotive repairs. Call TMA at 224-6167, and your service begins with...
Top of the morning, TMA. This John may help you.
Back with more keys to success. Jamie Parrish is ahead. To another trip to Sioux Falls. Coach last week turned out pretty good at Roosevelt. Tonight a little bit tougher against Sioux Falls, Washington, and coming off of a Saturday game at Yankton when things didn't go so well. I think you're kind of itching to get back at it tonight.
Yeah, I think hopefully it'll be good for our girls. You know, we were set up to go 3 games in a week, kind of got thrown around with the Mitchell deal. But so hopefully I think we're kind of reset and ready to go. We're going to have to be really sharp tonight, and our effort's going to have to be really good throughout the 32 minutes. Big physical team, and so it's going to throw our matchups off. We got to be really good about how we're helping in their post stuff, and we got to be really good out front, putting pressure on the ball.
Yeah, Washington's a team that you mentioned big and physical. I mean, it's just a team that's loaded with athletes. Obviously, Yankton in your last game's got pretty good athletes, but just a much bigger team, and I think that's the biggest challenge that you're going to face tonight.
Yeah, you're playing women. When we look up and line up, and even the girls that aren't up above 6 foot, and they've got a few of them. Even those girls that aren't up above 6 foot are a thick 5'10" that are really strong and athletic and good basketball players, but add a lot of physicality to their game too. And so a little bit different matchups than you see from a lot of teams in South Dakota.
Look at some of their scores, and obviously they're taking care of business against the teams they should be beating, but they have been struggling a little bit in some of the games that they've been coming up short, though.
Yeah, I think you can do some things if we can take away their post presence inside by being quick with their doubles and being really aggressive on kids trying to pass it in. I think we can limit some of their opportunities to score. They rely heavily on getting some things in the post. We've got to be really good about keeping them off the offensive glass. And then we've got to take care of the ball. Obviously, shots are going to come a little bit tougher tonight. We learned that last year coming here to play. It's a very similar team. We've got to be able to hit some shots from the perimeter and kind of space the floor that way, and hopefully we're able to do that.
That's right. It kind of reminds me of how the struggles come to the Lady Govs when you have to rely on that outside shot, but especially in some where you have to not only shoot from the outside but rush those outside shots. What kind of quickness do they have defensively around the perimeter?
Well, I think we'll talk with our posts about trying to race them down the floor and try to get some easy ones early in transition. We've talked with Emily about trying to take advantage of some opportunities early in transition as well. And then after that, if you move the ball against their zone, sometimes they can lose their matchups. They do a really good job matching up, but if you can move it and be patient enough, you can sometimes catch them with some kind of action or get them in a 2-on-1 situation where you make them make a decision, and then you just got to be ready to attack and score out of it.
You said patient, and last week we talked about using a lot more of that shot clock than what you had been maybe in the first half of the season. I'm guessing that'll be a key tonight too.
Yeah, I think, it's a pretty easy trend to see the type of shots we get when we, obviously, with a kid like Emily, we want to try to get up the floor quick and take advantage of opportunities. But I think you can tell if we're in a dead ball situation or coming off of a make where a team gets to set their defense, it's really important for us to get a few ball reversals and make sure that we're into the action of our offense and not just passing it around, but being aggressive with what we're looking for in the actions of our offense.
All right. How about defensively, the biggest challenges, I guess, against this team?
We really got to, rebound and keep them off the offensive boards. They're really big. We've got to be really disciplined about not letting them just shoot over the top of our hands and then follow that shot with our eyes. We've got to dig in and box out and try to take advantage of misses in the paint and then make sure that we're really solid with that throughout the course of the game.
And like you said, get those going into good transition opportunities in too.
Yeah, it does free up some opportunities. If you can get an outlet quick, that's a lot easier than having to inbound it and get it up the floor that way.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks.
Scott DeBoer, the head coach of the Pierre Lady Governors. Comments and keys to success that are brought to you by the Boyd Consemius Agency of Pierre and American Family Insurance. We'll hear from them, and we're back to speak with Jamie Parrish, the head coach of Sioux Falls, Washington, as keys to success continue. You're listening to Pierre Lady Governor Basketball.
Being a small farmer has never been tougher. Dan Webmuller is a farmer and an American Family Insurance customer.
So it's good that American Family Insurance covers just what I need, because our dream is to become a century farm, a farm that's been in our family 100 years, and pass this life on to the next generation.
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact the Boyd Consemius Agency, Inc. in Pierre and Phillip.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Back with more keys to success. Jamie Parrish is the head coach of Sioux Falls, Washington. And, Coach, I still believe one of the better teams in the state. I know things have been a little bit difficult for you against a really tough schedule, obviously, but some close calls in there, even though on Monday night Harrisburg did get you pretty good. But I think you're looking for a bounce-back performance coming up tonight, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we just need to get better at some little things. We look at our schedule right now, and Harrisburg, O'Gorman, Brandon, probably the top 3 teams in the state, and we lost to them. And then we had a loss at Lincoln that could have gone either way.
Yeah.
We had a loss at Brookings that could have gone either way. So, are we frustrated with this little stretch? Absolutely. But big picture, those are really good teams, and we really easily could have won 2 of those.
That Harrisburg game, though, it looked like just a little more of a struggle than the other games, just to put points on the board. I think that's one of the first things you got to be looking for tonight.
Yeah, they're really big, really athletic, and I tell you what, that's the best they've played all year. Now, again, are there things that we could do to change the way that they played? Absolutely. We think if we could have moved the ball a little bit better, we got stagnant on offense, which then in turn it turned into transition and layups for them. And when you got a big athletic team shooting layups, it's hard to catch up.
All right, so against Pierre tonight, maybe looking to get that athleticism going up and down the floor, or do you look for slowing the tempo a little bit?
We just want to play smart basketball, and we do like to play fast, but we can't play fast and throw the basketball out of bounds. We can't play fast and shoot up a three-pointer on the, first or second pass when we've got, 2 6-footers and a 6'4" kid down there. So yes, we want to play fast, we want to be athletic, but we just need to play smarter basketball. We need to pick our spots when we're going to push. We need to pick our spots when we're going to work the ball and try to get the ball inside and take advantage of our size.
You got Pierre in here tonight. You don't see them a lot, even though I think you had them in the postseason last year and advanced to the state tournament. What are you expecting out of them tonight?
Well, we know Scotty's teams just really get after you defensively. They do a nice job of, pressuring you and trying to make you do things that you don't want to do. Obviously, we know that Emily is an outstanding player. She can shoot the ball from deep. She's quick, and she'll really make you be honest. And the other kid, I can't think of her name right now. Yeah, Rath, number 32, is a kid who's making some shots in that high post area, and she's a big physical kid. So defensively, we got to, make those two really earn their points and then rebound the basketball. And then, like I said, with our group, we just need to, we're capable of doing a lot of different things. We just need to make good decisions every trip down the floor.
And I think this is one of the teams that there's a lot of great athletic teams, but with the kids that I know from volleyball and that come over and also continue that in basketball, I really am impressed with the group of girls you got, and I'm sure it's got to be quite a luxury. Coach this kind of a group too.
Oh, absolutely. They're you know what? Even if this wasn't basketball, those are some of the best kids we have in our building. The way that they treat people, the way that they carry themselves, they're great kids for starters. And then along with that, they've played in some big volleyball matches. They know what that's like in a state tournament type environment, in a championship game. So they've got some of that big game experience. And the other part is we've pushed really hard, between our volleyball and our soccer and our basketball staffs that we want multiple sport kids. We don't want kids that are running around swinging at volleyball 10 months out of the year or playing hoops, 10 months out of the year. We're trying to sell them on the high school experience, come here and get to the homecoming football game and be a kid. And, if that next level stuff is available, it'll still be available because you're big and strong and athletic. All that extra time, giving people $4,000 every summer doesn't mean you're getting a scholarship.
Hey, that's a pretty refreshing point of view. Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for covering our kids.
And that's Jamie Parrish, the head coach of Sioux Falls, Washington. Comments and keys to success are brought to you by the Boyd Conzemius Agency in Pierre. Really kind of, it was a refreshing point that he was making about multi-sport athletes. Sometimes I think we hear a lot about especially football players in Sioux Falls when they have such dominating seasons and things like that they do focus on only football or only basketball or something like that. But yes, Sioux Falls, Washington's crew that we'll see tonight is definitely very strong in multi-sports. So we'll see what the Lady Govs can do against Sioux Falls, Washington off of those keys to success. Our starting lineups will be next as we get closer to the opening tip. And after a 2-minute timeout, we'll hear who begins this game for both Pierre and the Washington Lady Warriors as our coverage of Lady Governor basketball continues on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Experience the difference with Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center in Pierre. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center is proud of their 5-star overall rating according to Medicare.org, the official regulatory body for nursing homes. Along with their 5-star care center, they provide short-term targeted rehabilitation services and skilled nursing care after illness or surgery. Our goal is to restore strength and confidence to get you to return to living the life you desire. Call 224-8628. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, your pathway to independence.
Have you seen all the changes at Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre? Yeah, they've done a lot. The entire store is remodeled. Every department from grocery to sporting goods is fresh and updated and stocked with the best quality at great value. They even have a Caribou coffee station. This week, they're featuring fresh Dole bananas, just 49 cents a pound. Lynn's Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Some banks proudly offer mortgage approvals in less than 8 minutes. 8 minutes for one of the largest purchases of your life. Doesn't leave much time for questions, does it? Think about it. Who really benefits from a speedy mortgage process? You or the lender? At First Dakota, we can't promise you an 8-minute mortgage, but we will promise you a thoughtful and transparent home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. Take all the time you need. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
The key to a successful hunt begins at Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. They carry a large variety of reloading equipment, cleaning supplies, and firearms accessories. They also sell and deliver Liberty gun safes. See Teton River Traders Gun Shop for all your gunsmithing needs, including custom-built firearms. Stop in today. Teton River Traders Gun Shop, located west of Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
Back at Sioux Falls, Washington High in Sioux Falls as the Lady Govs take on the Warriors. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Glad to have you aboard on this Thursday evening. The weather of the week has passed on mostly to the east now, and things will be looking up, and hopefully the girls' basketball would be a good start to an early weekend as well here. Time for the starting lineups as we bring you those. You just heard from Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. They are the starting lineups sponsor coming up. And we do have a change for the Lady Governors in the lineup tonight. We'll tell you about that in a moment, but let's give you the backcourt first. Emily Michelson, the 5'6" senior, is the leader, of course, with Kylie Kessler in the backcourt as well, another senior at 5'7". Small forward Hallie Gronlund hit the deck in Yankton after taking a charge last week and hit the back of her head on that Yankton floor of the Summit Center, and she, even though it wasn't done right away, but was tested just yesterday and does still have some concussion effects lingering from that. So Hallie will not play tonight. The 5'8" senior has to play the cheerleader on the bench tonight. Her little sister, Kenzie Gronlund, will step in as the forward. It's the sophomore at 5'11". The posts in the middle for the Lady Governors, Hannah Lingle at 6 feet, and the senior, McElrath, the 5'11" senior as well. So the names are the same with Michelson, Kessler, Gronlund, Rath, and Lingle, but it's Kenzie instead of Hallie. The injured Hallie is out tonight. So coming in off of the bench, we'll see Cody Severin, a 5'7" junior, Remington Price, the 5'4" 8th grader, and Katie Williams, the 5'10" sophomore. Kylie Thorpe may have to play a little bit extra tonight as well, the 5'9" junior. Lady Govs 2-9 on the season. Head coach Scott DeBoer, assistant coaches Tiffany Benham, Eamon Entwistle, and Jessica Bogue. Your starting lineups from Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Pierre. On the home side of things, Sioux Falls, Washington goes this way with 5 seniors in their starting lineup. And Bryn Heinert will run the show from the point, a 5'6" senior. Peyton Reimerson's a 5'9" guard. And then they get a little bit bigger. Lily Bartling, the 6'1" senior. Libby Noctegal, a 5'9" senior. And also Samia Jamie in the middle at 6'1". And another senior for Sioux Falls, Washington. Bryn Heinert, Peyton Reimerson, Lily Bartling, Libby Noctegal, and Samia Jamie. The starters off the bench, they'll bring in Sydney Shetnan, who is 6'5" and a sophomore, and she will be a force if she gets in there. Brielle Beitler is a 5'8" sophomore. Eden Hullinger, a 5'4" guard. and a sophomore in the backcourt for Washington, among others who will come off the bench, but Washington will go about 10 deep. They are 7-5 on the season. Jamie Parrish is their head coach, assisted by Jeff Tobin, J.J. Hayden, Alicia Hess, Holly Borchers, and Grant Scout. And your starting lineups brought to you by Teton River Traders Gun Shop in Fort Pierre. Got another starting lineup to bring to you, though. It's the naming of tonight's game officials, and our officials are the Law on the Court, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office. We'll hear an important message from them, and we're back to tell you who the guys in stripes are here in Sioux Falls on KGFX.
Every day, you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division gives us our Law on the Court tonight. Game officials licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school basketball, and we thank them for doing the job that not a lot of people are interested in doing. Hopefully we can get some more. But from the area, Luke Anderson, Tom Eggers, and Chad Vosikul will be tonight's game officials, our Law on the Court. Luke Anderson, Tom Eggers, Chad Vosikul, tonight's game officials, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office. We're getting ready for the singing of our national anthem here at Washington. You're listening to Pierre Lady Governor Basketball and your official home of the Govs and Lady Govs, 1060 KGFX and 107.1 FM. Pierre Fort Pierre. Also on drgnews.com. The live stream is up and running as well through youtube.com. A 2-minute timeout, and we're back with more. You're listening to Lady Governor Basketball on KGFX.
Push it, pull it, drag it to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. All month, we're giving you at least $2,000 for anything you trade in with an engine that's on 2, 3, or 4 wheels. We don't even care if it runs. Just trade it in at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre today, and we'll give you $2,000. Push, pull, drag all month at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and go to gatewayflt.com. Nobody, and I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal. Must purchase from dealer stocks on exclusions apply.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
My name is Tara Fisher, and I'm an attorney at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre. I grew up on a ranch in Montana, which taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. I put forward those values for my clients each and every day. Whether you have questions about family law, you want an estate plan, you need legal advice for a business transaction, or you need help in a criminal matter, I'm here. The May Adam Law Firm has served South Dakotans statewide since 1881. Call us at 224-8803 or visit our website, mayadam.net.
Welcome to Lynn's Dakota Mart. Check out their selection in the meat, produce, and deli department, as well as the rest of the store. The freshest and best quality in the area. Don't see what you need? Just ask. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. For any gathering, large or small, Lynn's Dakota Mart is there for you. Special orders and requests, too. Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Lynn's Dakota Mart. Thrifty, local, and convenient.
Back in Sioux Falls as our colors are still being retired from the floor. Nice job by a musical group from Sioux Falls, Washington High School doing our national anthem. Girls basketball coming up here on KGFX. The Governor boys hosting Sioux Falls, Washington on River 92.7 this evening, and Rod Fisher with the call on that. I'm Brian Oakland. Glad to have you with us, along with Jeff Duncan back in studio. And, well, last Thursday was a good trip for the Lady Govs here in Sioux Falls. Tonight, though, a tougher opponent. We'll see if the Lady Govs can keep some of that offensive, the taste of the offense going, let's put it that way, here against Sioux Falls, Washington. But this Washington team, in comparison to Roosevelt, a much bigger team. They will be more athletic, although if the Lady Govs have an advantage, it could be, and we'll see how it plays out, but it could be in their speed up and down the court. Emily Michelson in particular, but some of the other guards and even maybe the bigs for the Lady Govs and Mac Rath and tonight Kenzie Gronlund could get up and down the floor a little bit quicker, and Scott DeBoer hoping for some transition opportunities, but a lot of times easier said than done, and we shall see. A busy week ahead. This was supposed to be a busy week. It still is for Govs and Lady Govs basketball, but those Tuesday night games postponed. The Lady Govs will make up their game with Mitchell at home on Tuesday night, February 12th. That is in a couple of weeks. And the Governor boys will make up their game on an afternoon game, Saturday afternoon, February 23rd, as that'll be the last game of the regular season now for the Governors. The Lady Govs will be playing that night as well in Huron to close out the regular season. That happens to be on the Saturday night of state wrestling tournament weekend as well. Of course, we'll have a lot of coverage with that here on KGFX. So those are the makeup dates for Tuesday night's games that were weathered out for the Governors against Mitchell and the Lady Govs as well. Coming up in the week ahead, we have matchups with Brandon Valley. The Lady Govs will be hosting Brandon Valley. Governors on the road back here to the metro area, and those will both be 5 o'clock tip-offs. Govs on the FM and the Lady Govs here on the AM. Looking into the schedule for the week ahead then, Pierre with just one game for the girls. That'll be from Riggs High Gym, as we mentioned, as they will host Huron at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. Following Governor Wrestling, the makeup of their Watertown duel will be now scheduled for 5 o'clock this coming Tuesday. We will have both the wrestling duel and the girls basketball game here on KGFX. The Governors will play at Huron on Tuesday night on River 92.7. Lady Govs will be done for the week after Tuesday, but the Governors will take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt in a home game on Friday. They take on the Rough Riders in a 7 o'clock start there. So 2 games after the weekend for the Govs next week. The Lady Govs with just one. As we get into the second half of the season, this will be game number 12 for the Pierre Lady Govs, and for the Governor boys tonight as well. They're 4-7 coming into tonight's action. This will be the 13th game for the Lady Warriors of Sioux Falls, Washington, who are 7-5 coming into this one. And as we talked about earlier, they would be the 8th seed in the top 16 if the postseason were to begin tonight. About ready to go. In that last break, you heard from Lynn's Dakota Mart stores of Pierre and Fort Pierre. They'll sponsor the opening tip. Tune in a little bit later on when we get to halftime. Listen for the CHS Midwest Cooperative's halftime break. And in the postgame, find out who tonight's player of the game will be. An announcement that is sponsored by Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. All set and ready to go. The Lady Govs in road black will go from left to right. Washington from right to left. And Mac Rath against Samia Jamie. And your Lynn's Dakota Mart opening tip controlled by Sioux Falls, Washington from right to left as they work things around. Top of the key right now, and we've got a push foul already against Kenzie Gronlund, working against Peyton Reimerson. So Kenzie will pick up her first foul and her first team foul. Again, Kenzie starting in place of Hallie Gronlund, who will not play tonight due to lingering concussion symptoms from Saturday's game, taking a charge and hitting the back of her head on the floor down in Yankton. On the move, and a wild layup attempt is up. It's no good. Long rebound is out to Gronlund. Libby Noctegal unable to hit. Here's Mac Rath underneath. Noctegal catches back up and catches Mac Rath by surprise. Blocked shot from behind and quickly up the floor. The final feed from Libby Bartling to Samia Jamie, and Jamie will put the Warriors on the board first with a 2-0 start. Rath got a little bit surprised that Libby Noctegal got in behind her and got apparently a clean block from behind. And the transition basket, which the Lady Govs are hoping for tonight, was taken the other way by Washington. So they certainly did get down the floor quickly on that first opportunity. Entry pass is knocked away. Pierre will inbound from the underside. Gronlund pushes it into Michelson. Emily Michelson puts it on the move. Finds Gronlund out on the left wing. They'll try again. Kessler up top, and Jamie steps in front of the long entry pass on the bounce. That's a takeaway. Washington the other way will, have a tipped pass go out of bounds, and the Warriors will keep it. 6:47 to go first quarter. 2-0 Sioux Falls, Washington. One thing I'm wondering about Pierre here tonight in the varsity game, really the games that were played here on the main gym, both the JV game and the sophomore game, the Lady Govs, for the most part, were quite lackadaisical, and we'll see if the Lady Gov varsity can pick up the intensity a little bit. Noctegal hits a baby jumper from about 10 feet out, and a 4-0 start, that coming off of the inbound play. And a good start for the Lady Warriors. On the move, Kessler weaving it over. Gronlund to the wing, now Hannah Lingle, and they'll have to come back out top, try to swing it around again. Gronlund to the corner to Kylie Kessler. She'll put it on the floor and drive. Wild shot with the left hand is up too strong off the glass, no good. And Lily Bartling is down with the rebound. Here come the Warriors again, looking to add to a 4-0 lead. Bartling on the top of the key. Actually, that was Peyton Reimerson we were looking at. Now it's Bryn Heinert. Here is Bartling. Guarded by Mac Rath, and a long three. Reimerson is off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound is tipped. Kessler comes away with it. Kessler one-on-one the other way, and will be fouled by Reimerson. Good job and an aggressive move for Kylie Kessler in the layup attempt. First free throws of the night will be forthcoming. 5:43 to go. We're in the first quarter. Jamie Parrish will make his first substitution after Kessler's first free throw, which is up and good. The Lady Govs with their first point on the night. Lily Bartling will check out. Sydney Shatnan is in for Washington. Shatnan, a sophomore, but 6'5", and she moves well at 6'5". Played a good junior varsity game. Going to be tough to deal with for the Lady Govs on the inside. Second free throw, a couple of bounces up, no good. There is Shatnan with the long-armed rebound. 4-1, Washington with the lead. Heinert on the move. The runner up, no good, and the rebound ricochets to the near side, and it goes to Pierre. Last touch by Washington, out of bounds. 5.5 minutes to go. Just underway. Boys game should be about at the same juncture we are. We'll keep you updated on that as much as we can. Michelson gives to Rath, and the pass gets interrupted. Heinert ends up getting the takeaway, the push pass up ahead, but there's Kessler who got down the floor well, and she'll take it right back. Lady Govs with their second turnover. Sioux Falls, Washington gives one back, their first. Here's Rath, quick fire three in the corner is too strong. Kessler could not get around Libby Noctegal. She'll get the rebound. Mac Rath can hit the threes, but she needs the time to spot up and get her legs underneath her to get a good shot up. That one wasn't quite it. Inside is Reimerson. Kessler knocks it away. Actually, Kenzie Gronlund knocked it away and out of bounds. And Sioux Falls, Washington will inbound. Bartling quickly back in for Samia Jamie. 6-1 for 6-1. Off the left side of the key. Looking to inbound is Reimerson. She'll find Heinert. Left side, and they'll set up the offense from there. Heinert against Emily Michelson. Noctegal with the entry pass, and nice dump underneath, and that's Bartling feeding to Sydney Shatnan, up and in for two easy ones. 6-1 Washington, 4:35 left in the first period. Lady Govs looking for their first field goal. Mac Rath crosses over to Michelson, who gets it back. Gronlund underneath the Hannah Lingle looking for the push, didn't get it. Sydney Shatnan right there defensively and with the rebound. Hannah had her arms out wondering where the whistle was. Didn't get it. Well, the whistle comes on the other end now, and Mac Rath will be called for the push from behind on Lily Bartling. First personal for Mac, second for the Lady Govs. Here with their first two subs in as Lingle and Kenzie Gronlund will check out. Remington Price, the 5'4" 8th grader, is in, and Katie Williams, the 5'10" sophomore, are the first subs for the Lady Govs. Lob in to Shatnan, who fakes inside, comes back to the outside, and a left-handed attempt to the left side attempt is up and good. Shatnan with 4 off the bench. Katie Williams defending, and they had some good battles in that junior varsity game this afternoon as well. Washington out to an 8-1 lead, though. Pierre trying to get going on offense here. Baseline pass to Rath. Now outside Michelson. Emily into the lane. Stops, spins. Left-handed baby hook is up. No good. Her first shot attempt of the night. Washington will take it down the other way. Reimerson stops at the free throw line. Lobs underneath Shatnan. At 6'5", you just put your arms up and you just lob it in there. What a luxury to have. Sydney with 6 on 3 for 3 off of the bench, and Washington's leading by 9 now, 10-1. Michelson a try a long 3. She's been hitting those NBA range attempts, but not this time. In and out, no good. Another one and done for Pierre. Reimerson in the middle of the lane, picks it up. Now Shetland tries a free throw line shot, and that one is up and good. Well, the Lady Govs are going to have to find a way to get some up-high defense. You didn't expect Shetland to step out, hit a 15-footer. Here's Kessler for 3, and that won't go. The rebound again is down to Washington as Brielle Beitler, the 5'8 sophomore, is in for the first time and got that rebound. Washington with a 7-2 rebounding advantage so far. Underneath, down in the low block, looking for space. And Michelson doing a good job defensively on Bryn Heidert. Katie Williams down with a loose ball. Here comes Michelson, left side. Can't get the layup. Had to maybe redirect because Shetland was in the way. Lady Govs still without a field goal. 2:15 left in the first period. Washington sets up again. Heidert leaves for Reimerson on the left wing. Remington Price hounding her as much as she can. Here's Bartling into the lane, posting up. No good, though, on the short effort against Rath, and the Lady Govs back the other way. Defensive stop. See if Pierre can get a field goal this time down the lane. Williams feeds back outside. Kessler's on the move, and nice pass to Mac Rath. It would have been into a block or a foul, but we had a push on the floor against the defender against Kylie Kessler, and that will be the second personal for Peyton Reimerson. And Washington's second team foul as well. Rath will get her first break. Kylie Thorpe in for the first time tonight. Hannah Lingle back on the floor as well for Pierre. She's got it now, but back to Michelson it goes across the way. Emily looking for space. She'll pull it up off the dribble, no good. Rebound out near the free throw line and kept alive by Katie Williams. Here's a kick out. Michelson to Kylie Thorpe on line for 3, but no good. Lingle has the rebound, though, and Pierre with another opportunity. And this one from Michelson misses everything, and it's saved into the hands of Washington. Heading the other direction. Eden Hullinger in, 5'4 sophomore inside. The Warriors get it, and it is Samia Jamie back in, and she will score. All Washington here in the first with a minute to go, 14-1. Washington talked about with Jamie Parrish about how they're looking for a bounce-back effort. Here's Lingle, turnaround shot. That's the first field goal for Pierre. Up and good, got that one to go over Jamie. Washington lost 68-34 Monday night at Harrisburg, but that's actually their third straight loss and their fourth in the last 5, but the other ones have been very tight ball games. Last week, you probably saw it on social media, the three-pointer by Sioux Falls Lincoln to win it at the buzzer, and Washington trying to get back on the winning side of things. Pierre with a foul on the entry pass inside. This goes against Hannah Lingle, her first and the team's third. Shetland is back in, and Bartling out to close out the first period. 34 seconds to go in a 14-3 ball game. Jamie with the high inbound out top. Over to Hullinger, crosses over against Price, and a foul will be called in the act of shooting just off the left block. I think this will be on Katie Williams coming to help rather than Price, and that'll be the case. Katie with her first personal. Rough start for the Lady Govs, and Washington already with a double-digit lead, 26 seconds left first quarter. And Hollinger's first one is up, but off the mark, no good. She'll try another. Boys' game is through the first. We'll get you the score. In just a moment, Hollinger's second one also no good. Off the back of the rim and an over-the-back foul. That'll go against Sioux Falls, Washington. And this will be Jamie over the top of Katie Williams. Samia's first personal. Third as a team. Shot clock off. The Lady Govs looking for something positive to close out quarter number 1. Michelson across the way. Remington Price with a quick fire 3, just a little bit strong, and that'll ricochet to the near corner and out of bounds. The Warriors will have 8.5 seconds to go the length of the floor to close out there. Good offensive first stanza here. Entry pass gets away, though, but now picked up by Hollinger. They'll get it across. 5 seconds. Shetland inside, and her pass is stolen by Williams. Now taken back, and a last-ditch effort. Good effort by Libby Noctegal, but nothing doing there. So on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, quarter number 1 is in the books, and Sioux Falls, Washington comfortably out in front of the Lady Governors 14-3. Scoreboard from Wagner Auto in Pierre, the one place to go, and BS is coming. 60 seconds, we go to quarter number 2. You're listening to Pierre Lady Governor basketball.
Hey, DQ fans, looking for a meal deal that's as yummy to your wallet as it is to your tummy? The DQ Chicken Strip Basket is loaded with 4 strips of 100% all white meat chicken tenderloin, crispy fries, Texas toast, and peppery country gravy for just $4.99. Sure, all those things are good on their own, but you put them together and you've got yourself a hunger-crushing basket full of DQ magic. Satisfy your craving for all this goodness with a DQ Chicken Strip Basket, just $4.99, only at your DQ.
It's big game fun at the River Center Tavern at the Ramkota Hotel in Pierre. Join the party on Sunday, February 3rd. Drink specials and free hors d'oeuvres starting at halftime. Register for great prizes, including a 55-inch flat-screen TV. Must be present to win. You can enjoy the game and get home safely with free van rides from the Ramkota. Hors d'oeuvres, prizes, great group of friends, and Ramkota will do the cleanup for you. The big game, Sunday, February 3rd, begins at the River Center Tavern at the Ramkota Hotel in Pierre.
We'll go to the second quarter. Welcome back to Washington High, the northeast side of Sioux Falls. Lady Govs with the first possession of the second period, and a three-pointer started with a kick out from Kylie Kessler to Emily Michelson. Emily with her first field goal. Washington was leading 14-3 at the end of one, now 14-6. As they have their first possession of the second period. Warriors leading the Governors back at Riggs High Gym in Pierre as well after one, 16-6. As the Governors with a slow offensive quarter as well. Here's Kessler looking for the steal and will challenge Sydney Shetland and had to alter the shot. Layup is up, no good. Rebound down to the Warriors. Here they come again. In hindsight, maybe you expect the blocked shot, but try to get a foul at least, and Kessler tried to avoid that as well. First minute gone by. Here is Jamie against Rath. Straight up defense. They'll kick up to the top of the key. Libby Noctegal right back into Samia Jamie, and the ball will be wedged in between the rim and the backboard. So that'll be ruled a jump ball, and Sydney Shetland, 6'5", has enough to get up there and knock that thing loose. Don't need no broomsticks here at Washington. Possession arrow points to Washington, as again it is just ruled a jump ball. Chance for Jamie Parrish to sub 3 for 3 here. Number 22, J.C. Johansson, a 5'9" junior, checks in for the first time. The inbound comes into Peyton Reimerson, who will move with the basketball and get a hand check called against her. And it appears to be Kinsey Gronland, who is back in, and she'll pick up her second personal. Early second period, 14-6. Washington with the lead and the ball. Pierre shooting 1 out of 13 unofficially on the floor in that first period. Shot on the drive is up and good, and that is Johansson, who had just checked in, her first shot attempt of the night. Johansson looked good in that JV game this afternoon as well. It's a good start here. 16-6 our score here, the same as the end of the first period score in the boys' game. Rath tries for 3, no good. Reimerson up with the rebound. Right to left across the timeline. Peyton Reimerson zips one into Bryn Heinert, who steps out beyond the left block, and she'll put one up and in for 2. Washington continues their offensive prowess here tonight, 18-6. Kessler with room to shoot. She'll fire a 3, but off the mark, no good. And the Warriors on the move again. A lot of one-and-dones for the Lady Govs. They do have the only 2 offensive rebounds tonight, but Washington already in double figures in the rebounding department, all off of Pierre misses. 5.5 to go in the first half. 18-6, the lead to a dozen. Reimerson will reset on the top of the key. Finds Johansson with a quick fire 2-pointer 16 feet out. J.C. Johansson with 4 off the bench. Some depth on this bench for Jamie Parrish and the Lady Warriors. Here's Rath quickly inside to Lingle. She'll challenge Shetland, but loses that battle. Shot is blocked out of bounds. But the Lady Govs will keep it and throw in from underneath. Shetland and those long arms checking out. Reimerson joining her. Samia Jamie back in with some more long defense underneath. Cody Severin in for the first time tonight, and we've got an offensive foul away from the basketball. Hannah Lingle will be called for a moving screen. That'll be her second personal foul. Just a third turnover for Pierre. But again, the shooting percentage so far just hasn't been there at all. 20-6 our score. Washington again led 14-3 at the end of 1. So Heinert will set things up out of the inbound. Coach Parrish continues to send people to the scorer's table. They've got a revolving door over there on the far side of the floor. Here's Lily Bartling inside Samia Jamie. Turnaround layup is up and good. Jamie with 6. Coach Parrish did say ball movement. They got to move the basketball, and that's something they couldn't quite do very well against Harrisburg on Monday night. But that is leading to some easy looks tonight. They're doing all their work inside. Pretty much. Actually, a couple of mid-range shots in there as well. Kylie Kessler on the drive, got her pocket picked. And the takeaway by Washington. Here comes Heinert against 3 Lady Govs, and she gets it to go. Cody Severin picks herself up off the floor. Good play there, though, for Bryn Heinert. And the Warriors lead 24-6. That's 10 in a row scored by Washington after Emily Michelson hit a three-pointer to start the second quarter. Here's Severin online for 3, but caught on the back end as it misses everything by Hannah Lingle. Now Michelson is up and in for 2 in the middle of the paint. 10-0 run comes to an end, but a big hill to climb for the visiting team. 24-8. Our score, Noctegal, will feed inside Jamie, and contact, but to the floor goes Severin, and down through the hoop goes Samaya Jamie. Jamie with 8 now. It was a good physical play there. We see a lot of that with this Washington team. Severin will try another 3. It's no good. And the Warriors in business once again. 3:05 to go. Pass inside, though, tipped and taken away by Michelson. Emily on the move. Scoops up short, though. Couldn't quite get it up over the top of the rim. Bartling with another rebound. And the Warriors in front of the Pierre bench. And Scott DeBoer picking up the loose ball as Libby Noctegal is feeling the effects of some contact over there. Coach DeBoer said, apparently seemed to think that ball hit off of the dribble of Noctegal on the sideline, but it stays with Washington. Noctegal and 2 others will check out, Heinert and Bartling. Brielle Beitler is in once again, as is Eden Hullinger. And Sydney Shetland to play underneath once again. The inbound comes to Hullinger. 2:45 to go second quarter, 26-8. The original Sioux Falls High School in front. Here's Beitler quickly over left wing. Inside it goes to Shetton and tried an extra pass, and it's kept alive by Beitler with 7 on the shot clock. Once again, Shetton underneath. Reimerson up no good, and the loose ball off the side of the rim came to Sydney Shetton, and she rimmed one in and out, no good, but it's kept alive with another offensive rebound. And a foul on the putback against the Lady Govs, and this will be Remington Price with her first. Samia Jamie on the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. First one is up and no good. Washington doing everything inside the paint. They've only attempted 1 3-point shot tonight. That was no good, but they've got 13 field goals so far. And free throw is about the only thing that's not working either. They're 0 for 4 as Jamie misses both on the 2-shot opportunity. Rath to Michelson. She'll find space up top. Fires, no good. Off the front of the rim. Kessler battling. Severin came up with it, but is tripped up and loses it into the hands of Beitler. Then the Warriors on the move again. Hullinger to Jamie, and Jamie misses the short one this time. Severin out of there, and then she'll be reached in upon, and the Lady Govs will collect it. That's only 4 as a team in the foul department for Sioux Falls, Washington. Hullinger with her first. Under 2 minutes to go, first half of play, 26-8 Washington, with a 12-5 advantage here in the second period. It was 14-3 at the end of one. Severin to Kessler, high post with it. Rath trying to get around Bartling, nothing doing. Price, Severin, shot blocked out of bounds. That was a 3-point effort, and the Lady Govs will inbound with 15 to shoot. Severin off the left side of the key. That's the difficulty against length. Long arms. Here's Hullinger going for a steal, but Michelson keeps it in possession. Now has to bring it back to the business end of the court. 4 to shoot, and another long arm takeaway here. Severin's pass is stolen. Push pass up ahead, and Eden Hullinger will get the finish. It was J.C. Johansson who got the steal, taking that Severin pass away. Michelson will direct traffic. Kessler. Now to Severin and Remington Price on the far left side. Here's Rath, hesitated, goes up against Shetland, and Shetland gets all ball, and the ball ends up out of bounds, and Pierre will keep it. Crowd coming to life every time Shetland gets a hand on a swat. When you're 6'5" against everybody else that's 6 or 7 inches shorter, you don't have to play straight up defense all the time. Here's Michelson against a double team, and it is Beitler apparently who will get in and get the bump. Washington boys led by 10 at the end of one. They lead by 10 at the end of two as well. It's 29-19 at the half at Riggs High Gym in Pierre. Beitler's first personal. Washington with 5 as a team. We're in the final minute. Pierre still trying to find some offense. Only 3 field goals all night long. Michelson has both of the drop downs here in the second quarter. Stop and go and Rath, and another foul called here on the reach. And this will be Hullinger with her second personal. So the shot clock will be off, and Pierre with 27 seconds to go. Trailing by a 20 spot, though, 28-8. This is one of those games. It's all about matchups sometimes, and the Lady Govs do struggle against height and athleticism. They've got an athletic team themselves, but the height of Washington is the key in this one right now, especially for the Lady Govs against the Lady Gov offense. Inbound from Michelson's underneath. Kessler takes it left side. Michelson comes back to get it, but Bryn Heinert is right there with her. Now the floater, and it's up and good for Michelson. It's been a rough game for Pierre, but moves like that by Emily Michelson show at least those here in the big town what a talent she is. 7 seconds to go, second period. On the move is Reimerson. Throws a pass picked off by Mac Rath. And free throw line jumper at the buzzer by Kylie Kessler. Rims in and out, no good. Good job to pull up rather than going all the way for the layup, and a good recognition, but Kessler unable to hit. And on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, it is all Washington at the half. The Lady Warriors lead the Lady Governors 28-10, and Wagner Auto Company of Pierre is the one place to go. We're at the half. Halftime break coming up. It's sponsored by CHS, Midwest Cooperatives in Pierre and 6 other cities throughout central South Dakota. You're listening to Pierre Lady Governor Basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Did you know that CHS Midwest Cooperative Autumn Rewards provides qualified customers 0% interest, and you don't have to give up any cash or volume discounts? That's right. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, we're working with you to provide lasting success. Customers receive full cash and volume discounts on industry-leading genetics, seed treatments, plus 0%. Your CHS Midwest Cooperative agronomist is ready to help you build a plan for success in 2019. Why wait? Contact CHS Midwest Cooperative today to learn more.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are.
At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
Hey, new guy. Shovel, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not exactly new. I've seen some action.
Yeah, what's your story?
Hey, my last gig, I nearly got electrocuted, almost drowned. That guy never called 811 to see if it was safe to dig.
Our guy calls every time he digs.
It's quick and easy. Any tool can do it. Calling 811 gets your underground utility lines marked for free.
Hey, safe digging is no accident. Always call 811 before you dig.
This message brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve.
Welcome back to Global Perspectives. Our guest is, how do you say it again?
Pierre the Meatcraft.
And are you enjoying your visit to America?
Oh, oui. Yesterday I saw a thing of beauty.
A lovely lady.
Sacre bleu. This was no lady. This was a French dip at your Arby's restaurant.
Delicious Arby's roast beef and Swiss on a sub roll with hot au jus for dipping.
And now you can get 2 for 6 francs.
We use dollars here.
Vive la différence.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Back at Washington High in Sioux Falls, Brian Oakland here, and welcome to our CHS Midwest Cooperatives halftime break. 28-10, though, all Sioux Falls, Washington. Washington hit 7 of 8 field goals in that second period. That adds to a 7 of 12 first quarter of play. Their height and size in this basketball game is really dominating the picture. 14 out of 20 for the Lady Warriors in that first half. Only one three-pointer attempted. That was no good. They are 0 for 4 from the free throw line as well, but already 6 players in the scoring column, led by Samia Jamie and Sydney Shetnan off the bench. 8 points apiece for Jamie and Shetnan. Bryn Heinert has 4. J.C. Johansson's off the bench with 4. Libby Noctegal and Eden Hullinger have contributed 2 points apiece for Sioux Falls, Washington. For the Lady Governors, and, it's kind of scary, so plug your ears if you want to, but 4 out of 27 unofficially on the floor for the Lady Govs. 1 for 13 in the first period, 3 out of 14 in the second, and also out of that, also 1 for 14 from the three-point range as well. And Lady Governors, obviously, normally a better three-point shooting team than this, but we see it happen quite a bit against tall teams. Brookings was another one that comes to mind. Taller teams really interrupt the Lady Governors shooting, and they start to press and rush shots. That was one thing that we talked with Coach DeBoer about in the pregame, but this is just kind of what's coming true for the Lady Govs tonight, having to rush shooting opportunities because of the long arm defense and the quick defense coming out to contest those perimeter jumpers that Pierre is going to have to settle for most of the night, and it's just not working out so far. Washington led 14-3 at the end of one, 14-7. They get the advantage. In the second quarter, they lead 28-10. I guess scoring-wise, Emily Michelson with 7 points. All of the points for Pierre in the second quarter were scored by Emily. Hannah Lingle has 2. Kylie Kessler with a free throw, and only 10 on the board for the Lady Governors. Washington leads the rebounding advantage 16-8 overall, although the Lady Govs have 2 offensive boards to 1 for the Warriors. Not a lot of turnovers. Lady Govs with only 5. Washington with 3. But Washington moving the basketball very well as they have 8 assists as a team, 4 of which come from Lily Bartling, 3 by Peyton Reimerson. Pierre with just 2 assists. Bartling also leads the Warriors with 5 rebounds. Katie Williams has 3 to lead Pierre in that department. 28-10. It's all Washington, and our halftime break will continue. After this 2-minute timeout, we'll look at upcoming action. We'll take a look at the boys' game once again, and we'll tell you what's coming up on the weekend here, 1060 KGFX and DRGnews.com. This is Lady Governor Basketball.
Beck Motor Company is having a community blood drive this Monday and Tuesday, February 4th and 5th. Thank you to those who have signed up, but we need more of you. There is a huge need for blood donations in the winter. Please consider giving if you can. Register for a time slot that works for you at bloodhero.com or call Beck Motors at 224-5912. Thanks for your support for this much-needed project. Beck Motor Company, Pierre. Why choose Edgewood Senior Living?
We chose Edgewood. It's a beautiful facility. My parents are taken care of very well. The staff is amazing. Their apartments are clean for them. They have their laundry done. They are a liaison between the doctor's office and their physicians. Who wouldn't choose Edgewood?
Call 494-3400 for a tour and to learn more. Edgewood Senior Living. This is home.
This is Jameson from Oahe Federal Credit Union. Feeding South Dakota relies on people like you every day. People who take the time to think of those who may not know where their next meal will come from. This is why Oahe Federal Credit Union will be hosting a food drive that will benefit our local Feeding South Dakota food bank here in Pierre. Please drop off donated items at 221 East Pleasant Drive, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Food drive will end February 28th, 2019.
Wagner Auto in Pierre is the one place to go for all your automotive needs. Need a vehicle? Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with 7 new vehicle lines. Buick, GMC, Nissan, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep, as well as over 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Or shop online anytime at WagnerAuto.com. Need service? Our exceptional service technicians are master level trained and certified for the best deals in Central South Dakota. See why your friends and neighbors are driving vehicles from Wagner Auto in Pierre, making friends since 1907.
Welcome back to Washington High as Sioux Falls, Washington leads the Lady Governors 28-10 here at the half. The halftime sponsored by CHS Midwest Cooperatives. Brian Oakland, glad to have you aboard, although hasn't been a lot of excitement to talk about as far as the visiting team is concerned here tonight. But we do have hopefully bigger and better things coming up. Obviously, it won't get easier, though, for Pierre. On Saturday, they'll be back home, but they take on Brandon Valley, and the Lynx will come in as one of the top teams in the state as well with their, 9-3 mark on the season. That'll be a 5 o'clock tip-off, and we'll have it for you here on KGFX on Saturday afternoons. So a 4:30, 4:35 pregame somewhere in there. We'll look forward to having you from Riggs High Gym on Saturday. The Governor boys, after this evening, are at Brandon Valley as well on Saturday. Also a 5 o'clock tip on River 92.7. Governors trailing Sioux Falls, Washington at the half at home, 29-19. So it hasn't been much better in the boys' game than what we're seeing here in the girls' side of things. We've got regional high school basketball coming up tomorrow night as we get some more basketball into the weekend here on KGFX. Well, basketball capital, perhaps, of Central South Dakota is Oneida, South Dakota, and they, the Sully Buttes Lady Chargers and the Chargers will host Potter County in a girls and boys doubleheader. We'll have that one for you at about 6:15 and 7:45 with the tip-off times tomorrow right here on KGFX. Into the week ahead, and again after Saturday against Brandon Valley, the Lady Govs with just one game next week. And they'll host the Huron Tigers on Tuesday night. Huron, like the Lady Govs, coming into tonight's action just 2-9, so could be a better matchup there for the Lady Govs. That follows, again, Governor Wrestling. The Governor Wrestlers will host Watertown at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll have that for you on KGFX as well. And then once they get rid of the wrestling mats on the Riggs High Gym floor, we will have Lady Governor basketball as well. I assume all of the undercard games for Pierre and Huron will be in the auxiliary gym. Huron, I don't believe. I think they only have 3 teams rather than 4, so they can play 2 games in the auxiliary gym, JV included, and then we'll have the varsity game on the big floor at Riggs on Tuesday night. Governors are, again, at Brandon Valley Saturday. They go to Huron on Tuesday, and they host Sioux Falls Roosevelt in a non-conference game Friday of the week ahead. Of course, the Lady Govs were 1 week ago tonight here in Sioux Falls with that overtime win at Roosevelt. That's our CHS Midwest Cooperatives halftime break. We're ready for the second half action. Lady Govs will inbound first. The second half throw-in, like the opening tip, sponsored by Lynn's Dakota Mart stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Emily Michelson, Mac Rath, Hannah Lingle, Kylie Kessler, Kenzie Gronlin in place of Hallie tonight. Hallie out with a concussion. And those are your starters for the second half. Pierre playing a patient possession to begin the second half of play. Gronlin, tip pass. Kessler has to come and get it, and Washington's got their hands on it, and we'll have a jump ball. Kessler gets tied up with Lily Bartling, and most of the shot clock eaten away on that first possession, but the Lady Govs still come up empty with the turnover. So here comes Washington trading directions. Sioux Falls is heading from left to right. Lily Bartling in the lane with it. Kessler got a hand on a pass attempt, and it is off of Washington. So Kylie Kessler induces the turnover. Pierre will get it back. Bartling out there with Bryn Heinert, Peyton Reimerson, Samia Jamie, and Libby Noctegal, the starting five for Jamie Parrish and the Lady Warriors, starting the second half as well. 28-10, Washington with 14, with 2 touchdowns in each of the first 2 quarters. Here's Remington Price in for Pierre. Quick swing over to Kylie Kessler, who still is struggling to find her shot. Backside rebound for Peyton Reimerson with a quick pass up the floor, and Samia Jamie will score the easy one from the right side. Scott DeBoer, we were talking about transition opportunities tonight. Maybe Pierre could defeat or beat Washington down the floor. Price tries a 3. That's too strong. Pierre unable to get it in time. It'll be out of bounds, but it is Washington winning the transition game tonight as well, among a whole host of other things. Heinert brings it across the timeline again. This is Bartling against Hannah Lingle. We've said that name several times tonight, Lily Bartling, who this past week was named the South Dakota Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year. So congratulations to Bartling, leader of a Washington team that went deep into the state tournament the last couple of years. Lost to Stevens, though, in the state championship match this past fall. Michelson on the drive. By the way, while we were talking, Bryn Heinert tried a 3 but missed everything. Washington lost it out of bounds, and that led to Michelson driving and Heinert picking up the foul. First foul for either team of the second half. Kessler will try again. Top of the key, left alone, and on her 4th attempt, Kylie Kessler puts one home from long range. 30-13, updated score. First 2 minutes are gone by here in our second half. Early third quarter. Inside Bartling over the top of Hannah Lingle. Good physical play by Hannah Lingle, but Lily Bartling, just a little bit stronger, is able to put one up and in. Her first 2 points of the night for the Volleyball Gatorade Player of the Year in South Dakota. Here's Michelson from Price, and Emily swishes. 2 in a row for the Lady Govs. From long range, Emily's got 10 now. Scored 34 here in the big town a week ago, but that was on the other end of town. We're in the east side. That was over on the west at Roosevelt. Short bounce pass for the cutter. Bartling muscles it away from the Lady Govs, got rid of it, now gets it back and struggles to get control of it. Might have been a travel, but still playing on, and a 3 ball is up, no good. The miss for Reimerson. And the Lady Govs will pull the rebound home. Rath trying for a 3. That one comes up short, and Lingle, well, it was almost more of a lob pass underneath, but it was a shot attempt by Mac Rath. And Mac hasn't found her touch tonight. Mac scoreless in this game so far. And obviously, if the Lady Govs are going to have success, they could really use some inside scoring from Mac Rath. But again, credit the size and the physicality and the defensive capability of the Washington Lady Warriors, who lead 32-16. Substitutions will start funneling in here. I think we already had one, and there she is, Sydney Shetton, the 6'5 sophomore in for Washington. Reimerson penetrates, and a nice little dump off to Samia Jamie, who will put it up and in. Peyton Reimerson doesn't score a lot, at least not on this night, but she has dished out 5 assists now to help the cause. Jamie leading all scorers with 12 points for the Lady Warriors. Price to Michelson. On the move, nowhere to go underneath the basket, kicks it out. Rath tries a 3, better attempt here, and it won't work, but Washington unable to handle the rebound as they'll lose it out of bounds, and Pierre will get another opportunity. Eden Hullinger is in. Jason Johansson is in for Washington. Here comes Katie Williams in for Mac Rath for the Lady Govs. And Kenzie Gronlund back in as well. Kylie Thorpe, the junior, in for Pierre for the first time in the second half. 34-16 halfway through the third. Michelson penetrates, gets it back to Williams. Her pass is tipped and stolen. Reimerson, I believe, got a hand on that and up the floor, but the layup no good. Jamie unable to put that one home. Williams with the rebound. That's Samia Jamie's first miss in 7 field goal attempts tonight. Swinging around the Lady Govs, who are moving right to left here in the second half. Road black with the green numbers and white trim. Michelson in front of the Lady Gov bench. Swing it over to Kylie Thorpe. Slow pass. Michelson will come to get it. 10 to shoot. And Emily will have to do what Emily does with a pull-up, and that rattles in and out, no good. That one was halfway down, and it came back out. Shetland with the rebound. Washington moving quickly once again. Reimerson inside. Back to Hollinger, and inside again. This is Samia Jamie. Jamie having a big game, just getting loose inside. 36-16, biggest lead of the night is matched for Washington. Back to a 20-point advantage. Here's Michelson with space and an NBA range 3 ball. That's good. Scott DeBoer will take a quick timeout. 2:49 to go in the third. 36-19. Warriors comfortably in front. A 30-second break in the action. You're listening to Lady Governor Basketball.
This Governor Sports Moment is being brought to you by the independent insurance team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. Zach Hansen and Lane Severin were members of 4 Pierre Governor basketball teams, and they played in more varsity games than any other Governor player in history. They capped off their careers by leading Pierre to its 4th state basketball championship in 2013 and left Pierre as the leading and second leading scorers and rebounders in school history. Zach Hansen and Lane Severin, 2 of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Back at Washington. First time out called in this game. This one from the Lady Governors, and off of a 3-pointer made by Emily Michelson, who has her second of the second half. You're trying to set up some full court defense now, and Washington with a tip pass as they tried to feed down to Shetland on the baseline, but it is tipped and knocked away. Same 5 still in there for Pierre, though. Michelson with Remington Price, Kylie Thorpe, Kenzie Gronland, and Katie Williams. And the Warriors will inbound right in front of their own bench, but mishandled by Eden Hollinger, and it'll be handed over to the Lady Govs. 2:35 to go. We're in the third. Up here with a defensive stop, just looking for some kind of offense. They've started to hit a few outside shots. They've hit 3 threes here in the third quarter, but Michelson will try another one. That's off the mark, though. Rebound tip to Price, and then through her hands, but Kylie Thorpe is there on the far side. Pierre still with it. Now a tip pass from the inside, and we'll have a held ball, and this time it stays with Pierre as Kenzie Gronland in on the tie-up. 2-for-2 swap for Washington. They'll bring Noctegal and Heinert back in. Johansson and Hollinger are out. Brielle Beitler is in there still for Sioux Falls. 2:05 to count down in the third. Williams picks up her dribble, almost a little too early. Now Thorpe on the move, and she'll get reached in upon by Beitler, and a good job by Thorpe to keep the active shooting going as she'll go to the free throw line here. Beitler picks up her second personal. Just outside of 2 minutes left in the third period. 28-10 at halftime has become 36-19 so far. Pierre actually has a minor scoring advantage here in the third period. Attack on point number 10 of the quarter as Kylie Thorpe will hit the first of 2 free throws. Shetland and Beitler checking out for the Warriors. And I believe the starting 5 is replenished here for Washington. Second free throw, too strong off the back rim. It's no good from Thorpe, and Jamie steps in to pick up the rebound. So Washington back in business, 36-20 our score. Washington has led since the outset. Here's a foul against Williams inside that'll send Lily Bartling to the free throw line. Katie Williams with her second. 1:47 with the clock stopped here in the third. Bartling's first free throw of the night, and this one a few bounces on the rim, but it finally falls through. First free throw made by Washington in 5 tries, but Bartling will try another. Down in the crouch, shot is up. This one will rim in and out. No good, though. Thorpe with the rebound. Lady Govs will head back the other way, trailing again by 17. Washington led by 11 after one, and it hasn't been any closer since. It was 14-3 at the time. Michelson gets a high screen, trying to find some space. The floater in the lane is good. Emily Michelson getting better and better at that running floater in the paint. Starting to become a very high percentage shot for her, even though it's from usually 10 or 12 feet out. Here's a quick pass inside Jamie. Contested by Gronlund. Loose ball picked up, but off the glass, no good for Noctegal. And the Lady Govs unable to hit. And we'll head the other way as Washington comes down with the miss. Trying to go inside, but Katie Williams, that's a tough player to get a pass through, is Katie Williams. And she'll get the steal here. Final minute, quarter number 3, 40 seconds counting down, 37-22. Here's Thorpe for three, right wing. It's no good off the front of the rim, and it'll ricochet back and out of bounds. And Washington will get it again. Here comes Hannah Lingle, Mac Rath, Kylie Kessler back in. Price, Williams, and Gronlund check out. Thorpe and Michelson are still in, but Cody Severin will check in for Kylie Thorpe before the inbound comes. Cody hasn't played an awful lot here, just played in the second period and late here in the third now. Thought Cody played a good defensive, at least the first half in that JV game. Here's Noctegal. Three-pointer for Reimerson is off the back of the rim, no good. Very long rebound. Bryn Heinert able to run it down. Washington still with it here to close out the third period, and they get it inside to Samia Jamie once again. Jamie for two more. She has 16. 10 seconds left to close out the third. Pierre on the offensive attack. Rath looks at three from the corner, nothing doing. Now 3 seconds. It's Michelson left alone for three, and it's up and in and out, no good. And we'll go to the fourth quarter. On the Wagner Auto scoreboard, Sioux Falls, Washington 39, and the Lady Governors 22. Wagner Auto of Pierre, the one place to go, and BS is coming. We go to the fourth in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Governor Basketball on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Have you seen all the changes at Lynn's Dakota Mart and Pierre? Yeah, they've done a lot. The entire store is remodeled. Every department from grocery to sporting goods, it's fresh and updated and stocked with the best quality at great value. They even have a Caribou coffee station. This week, they're featuring fresh Dole bananas, just 49 cents a pound. Lynn's Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Some banks proudly offer mortgage approvals in less than 8 minutes. 8 minutes for one of the largest purchases of your life. Doesn't leave much time for questions, does it? Think about it. Who really benefits from a speedy mortgage process? You or the lender? At First Dakota, we can't promise you an 8-minute mortgage, but we will promise you a thoughtful and transparent home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. Take all the time you need. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
Back in Sioux Falls as we go to the fourth quarter. If you look for positives, the Lady Governors outscored the Lady Warriors 12-11 in that third period, but they still trail by 17. It's 39-22. Glad to have you aboard. Rough night, though, in the big town for the Lady Governors. Washington with the first possession, and the kick out puts Reimerson inside the arc. Two-pointer is up, in and out, no good, but it's kept alive by Bryn Heinert. And Washington will reset on the possession. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Nice pass inside, but the contested shot is up, no good for Libby Noctegal. And then the Warriors will lose it out of bounds. 39-22 here in the girls' game led by Washington. The boys' game is all Washington as well, as they outscored the Governors 20-5 in the third period. And they lead at Riggs 49-24. So Washington in good shape to pick up their fourth win of the season. Kessler from Lingle, and the wing shot three-pointer is no good. There's Mac Rath with a nice move off of the offensive rebound, but could not get the putback to go. The other way, up and good, and the shot was made by Peyton Reimerson, but it's going to be waved off as a charge is called against Peyton Reimerson. Third personal. First minute gone by here in the fourth. 39-22, it remains. Reimerson missing an opportunity to get her first field goal of the night. Here's Rath kicking out. Severin for a three is in and out, no good. Lingle with a second opportunity, that won't go, but Rath pulls it down. And Pierre will try another. Severin to Kessler as the Lady Govs slow it up just a little bit. Michelson on the far side. Long shot for three is no good. There's Sydney Shetnan up and over the top of everybody else with another rebound. Still 39-22, which is where we were when we went to this final quarter of play. Here's Reimerson. It's a nice one inside. Boy, I tell you what, Samia Jamie is as physical and as good at body control as any big player in the game in South Dakota. She takes this entry pass, gets a bump from behind, but stays grounded with her pivot foot, bounces off, puts the ball on the floor, then takes a hard foul. Still on the floor before the shot. It'll be on Mac Rath, which is her second personal, but young lady's got some talent. 6-1 to go, or 10 to go in the fourth. The inbound comes, the entry pass into Shetnan, who will get reached in upon. Not a lot of whistles here in the second half. This is only the third team foul for Pierre. Washington has the same total. Severin's first personal. The inbound will come from Bryn Heinert off the right side of the key. She will find Rylan Fink, who is a 5'8 sophomore, just checked in, but her pass will be stolen by Cody Severin. Here comes Michelson, weaving, stopping, popping inside the free throw line, and the shot is up and good. It's all Michelson tonight for Pierce, 17 points, and the rest of the squad just 7. It's 39-24. Michelson, of course, scored twice that many at Roosevelt last Thursday, 34, which is 2 points shy of a school record. Here's Brielle Beitler into Sydney Shetnan. Now they get it out of there and around the perimeter. It comes to Fink. And then Heinert, stop and go, and layup no good, but on the backside, an uncontested layup and a putback for Sydney Shetnan. Back to a 17-point advantage for Washington, 41-24. Kessler takes it on the near side. Through Severin to Michelson, now Rath, and Severin will fire a three. Boy, Cody's struggling with the shot tonight. And a foul from Lingle behind on Jamie. Hannah Lingle will pick up her third. Jamie had pulled the rebound down, but Cody Severin 0 for 5 from long range. Usually by now in that many attempts, she's hit 2 or 3. That's the kind of night it's been for the Lady Govs. Jamie able to come out. Lily Bartling back in, the 6'1 senior. Eden Hullinger back in there as well. And she'll run the point against Michelson under 5 minutes to go. And Hullinger dribbles right into the defense of Kylie Kessler, who ties her up near the scorer's table, and the Lady Govs are going to get a takeaway here. Arrow points to Pierre. Remington Price in, Cody Severin out for the Lady Govs. 4:45 to go in this one. All Washington, though, from the get-go, 41-24. Halftime lead was 18, currently sits at 17. Michelson across the way, the skip pass to Remington Price. Beitler almost took it away, but Kessler gets it to Michelson, dribbles to the top of the key. Three-pointer up, no good. Price got an offensive rebound, but 5'4" against 6'5", loses every time. And we head the other way, Sydney Shetnan with the block. And Pierre with a foul on the floor, negating a baseline drive from Lily Bartling. And this will be the 5th for Pierre. Rath picks up number 3, so Rath and Lingle both with 3 in the foul department. Peyton Reimerson has 3 for Washington. Nobody else in any serious foul trouble at all. Here's a nice drive for Hullinger around the left side. She'll put her second field goal home. The lead is Up to 19, 43-24. We're halfway through our fourth quarter of play. Michelson down low. Lingo blocked from behind. And kind of looked like Shetland might have got her from behind that time. Rath, meanwhile, is fouling Shetland on the other end. Tough break here for the Lady Governors. Not that it matters that much, but kind of a 4-point swing here. With the whistle only blown on one end, Shetland unable to finish a 3-point play as Rath picked up her fourth personal. Lingo with the rebound. Pierre just trying to get some positive things going once again here in the second half. 3.5 minutes to play. Michelson takes the pass and hits the three. Up and good. The assist to Kylie Kessler. Emily Michelson now with 20. But again, Michelson, the only offensive weapon that Pierre has tonight. Here's Beitler on the near side, gets around Price, matched up and defended against by Hannah Lingle. Backside rebound off the miss. It's Michelson. Kessler underneath, tip pass. Michelson in the lane, puts another one up and good. And Scotty DeBoer will take a timeout. Just under 3 minutes to go. And for the Lady Govs, it continues to be the Emily Michelson show. She has a deuce on the board. 2:56 to play, 45-29. Washington, we're back in 30 seconds. This is Lady Governor basketball.
My name is Tara Fisher, and I'm an attorney at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre. I grew up on a ranch in Montana, which taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. I put forward those values for my clients each and every day. Whether you have questions about family law, you want an estate plan, you need legal advice for a business transaction, or you need help in a criminal matter, I'm here. The May Adam Law Firm has served South Dakotans statewide since 1881. Call us at 224-8803 or visit our website, mayadam.net.
Back out of the Lady Gov timeout. Washington will continue. Still a 16-point advantage. The lead isn't threatened, but sometimes in this game, in the second half especially, the Lady Govs have made some plays. And they've cut into what has been a 20-point deficit. Now 16, looking for more as Remington Price got a takeaway. Here's Michelson for three, and that will bounce off the back of the rim and hit one of the support straps, so it'll be ruled out of bounds. Lingle and Rath both hit the deck and pick themselves up, but Washington will get it back once again. Might start getting some new people into this game. Katie Williams will check in for Hannah Lingle for the Lady Governors, as Beitler and Hullinger sit out for the time being. Actually, it looks like the starting five will be put back in for Washington for the final time. 2.5 minutes to go. This is Reimerson to Libby Noctegal, who hasn't played a lot in the second half. Jamie to Reimerson up top, back underneath. Jamie got a hand on it. Oop, nope. This one will stay with Washington. Pass was tipped by the Lady Govs, though. Washington off the left side of the key, 18 to shoot. 2:15 in the game. Left to play, Bryn Heinert. And the push coming here from Katie Williams, and Bryn Heinert put a wild attempt up, but sometimes that's all you need to do. Draw the contact, get to the free throw line. That's what Bryn Heinert will do here, as Katie Williams will be dinged for her second, make it her third personal. Heinert at the stripe, first one, no good. Washington has struggled a bit from the line tonight, but again, that's the only thing that hasn't gone their way. Timeout here for Jamie Parrish in Sioux Falls, Washington, 45-29. They still lead by 16 with another free throw to come after this 60-second break in the action. You're listening to Lady Governor basketball.
It's big game fun at the River Center Tavern at the Ramkota Hotel in Pierre. Join the party on Sunday, February 3rd. Drink specials and free hors d'oeuvres starting at halftime. Register for great prizes, including a 55-inch flat-screen TV. Must be present to win. You can enjoy the game and get home safely with free van rides from the Ramkota. Hors d'oeuvres, prizes, great group of friends, and Ramkota will do the cleanup for you. The big game, Sunday, February 3rd, begins at the River Center Tavern at the Ramkota Hotel in Pierre.
Top of the morning, TMA. This John, may I help you?
At TMA, top-notch service begins the moment you call for an appointment. John at TMA believes in customer service and quality work. When you need tires repaired or replaced, TMA is the place to go. Just remember, if it's round, rubber, and rolls, it's at TMA. You can count on TMA for all of your automotive needs, from tires to mufflers to all automotive repairs. Call TMA at 224-6167, and your service begins with...
Top of the morning, TMA. This John, may I help you?
Back at Washington out of the Warrior timeout and back to the free throw line. Bryn Heinert on the second of two is good. 46-19. Rather 46-29, the lead of 17. Again for Washington. Lob pass by Williams is knocked away. Peyton Reimerson comes out of there with it. Washington back on the attack once again. All starters still in there so far for Washington despite Coach Parrish taking the timeout a moment ago. Here's an entry pass that is knocked away. Michelson comes away with it. 10th turnover for Washington. Michelson couldn't get that one up high enough over the rim as she got caught too far, too deep into the lane. Bartling had the rebound. Bartling has it top of the key, and Washington will reset. Minute 20 to go. Washington will improve to 8-5 on this season. Lady Govs will fall for the 10th time in 12 games. Reimerson scoops, and a nifty layup up and in, avoided the contact from Mac Rath, and Peyton Reimerson with her first field goal tonight as we approach the final minute. Washington has a game at Yankton on Tuesday next week. Stutter step and a travel called against Kylie Kessler. There's one thing we haven't had at all tonight is a traveling violation until now. Just underway in the final minute. Yankton for the Warriors at Yankton on Tuesday, and then they'll host the Rapid City Schools, Stevens, next Friday, and Central next Saturday. As Washington will get the victory here tonight. Mac Rath will check out. Here's our first look of the season, and one of the new kids on the block for the Lady Governors. Carly Natvig, a 5'6" sophomore, is in. Kenzie Gronland has checked back in. Carly, a Kimball White Lake Wildcat when the season started. Good volleyball player. Has a sister, Katie Natvig, who's made the move to Pierre as well. They never joined this Lady Governor squad. Going to have a play stoppage here as Jamie Parrish will go 5 for 5 as well. With 38 seconds left, 48-29. Washington has the lead. They led by 11 at the end of one, and it's been between a 16 and an 18 or a 19-point margin ever since. Warriors swinging it around, trying to get you some names with Jordan Waltman in here. She's on the near side. Now the pass coming to Jaden Warner. Shot up, no good. Got a rebound. Second attempt is no good as the shot clock will expire. They say a rebound was knocked out of bounds, and they point to Washington, but the shot did not even draw iron, so that should be a turnover. One official talking about it at the scorer's table. The shot clock should not have reset. Was there two shots that weren't, I don't think either one of them caught iron on that one, and they will say Pierre basketball. So officially that would go as a turnover. But obviously this game is not in doubt. 48-29. Washington will get the win here with one more possession, 15 seconds and counting down. Kylie Thorpe back in there, skips it across. Carly Natvig, now Gronland's pass going to be tipped into the backcourt, run down by Price. 5 seconds left. Williams on the drive, kicks out. Natvig didn't shoot. Price will try a final three, and that's off the mark. No good. There's your final score. The lowest point output for the Lady Govs of the season comes to the hands of the Sioux Falls, Washington Lady Warriors. Your final Wagner Auto scoreboard reads 48-29. Washington defeating the Lady Governors tonight. Wagner Auto Company of Pierre is the one place to go. We'll get into a 2-minute timeout for the postgame, and we'll come back and recap and give you your player of the game and set us up for Saturday with the Lady Govs at home against Brandon Valley. 48-29, our final as the Lady Govs fall on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Experience the difference with Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center in Pierre. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center is proud of their 5-star overall rating according to Medicare.org, the official regulatory body for nursing homes. Along with their 5-star care center, they provide short-term targeted rehabilitation services and skilled nursing care after illness or surgery. Our goal is to restore strength and confidence to get you to return to living the life you desire. Call 224-8628. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, your pathway to independence.
Push it, pull it, drag it to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. All month, we're giving you at least $2,000 for anything you trade in with an engine that's on 2, 3, or 4 wheels. We don't even care if it runs. Just trade it in at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre today, and we'll give you $2,000. Push, pull, drag all month at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and go to gatewayflt.com. Nobody, and I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal. Must purchase from dealer stocks. Some exclusions apply.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Hey, DQ fans, looking for a meal deal that's as yummy to your wallet as it is to your tummy? The DQ Chicken Strip Basket is loaded with 4 strips of 100% all white meat chicken tenderloin, crispy fries, Texas toast, and peppery country gravy for just $4.99. Sure, all those things are good on their own, but you put them together and you've got yourself a hunger-crushing basket full of DQ magic. Satisfy your craving for all this goodness with a DQ Chicken Strip Basket, just $4.99 only at your DQ.
Well, this one in the books as the weekend gets off to a bit of a rocky start for the Pierre Lady Governors. And we talked about a little bit lack of intensity in the JV and the sophomore games on this big floor. And unfortunately, it kind of stayed that way into the varsity contest. Washington had everything to do with that, with their defense and their long-armed ability and a great shot percentage because of some high percentage shots that they were able to attempt tonight. And Sioux Falls, Washington cruises to victory in this one. 48-29, our final. It was 14-3 at the end of one, 28-10 at halftime. Lady Govs did a little bit better in the third period, but still trailed 39-22 at the end of the quarter, and 48-29 the final in this one. Washington with a 9-7 advantage in the final 8 minutes. For Pierre, though, it was all Emily Michelson and nobody else really able to do much of anything. The shot percentage is not pretty, and but again, that's just the way it is when you go against long-arm defense. You try to force up a bunch of long shots, perimeter shots, and the shot percentage just did not happen. And here's what we're talking about. 7 of 28 in the second half. And that's only 25% in the second half, but that's better than 4 out of 27 in the first half, as Pierre finishes just 20% unofficially, 11 out of 55 on the floor, 5 for 32 from long range, as even Emily Michelson had to try about 18 three-pointers. No, I take that back. 14 three-pointers. She hit 4 of them tonight. 2 for 4 from the stripe for Pierre. Michelson finishes with 22 points, though. So in 2 games and back-to-back Thursdays here in Sioux Falls, she does have 56 points, which is a pretty good average. But Kylie Kessler, the next in line with only 4 points, including a three-pointer. Hannah Lingle has 2, and Kylie Thorpe with a free throw off the bench. Mac Rath was held in check and was shut out on the scoring column tonight. Unfortunately, just 29 for the Lady Govs on the board and 20% shooting. 23 for 38, meanwhile, for Washington, 9 of 18 in the second half. Much better than 50%, and they played a very much under control ball game here. 0 for 4 from long range. They do need to work on their free throw shooting a little bit. 2 out of 9 in this one, but they get a lot of people in the scoring column. 2 in double figures. Samia Jamie, 16 points, and Sydney Shetnan off the bench with 12. But balanced after that, Bryn Heinert with 5, Eden Hullinger off the bench with 4, same for J.C. Johansson, Lily Bartling with 3, Peyton Reimerson, and Libby Noctegal with 2 apiece as Washington wins at 48-29. Washington out rebounds Pierre 27-16. Both teams with 5 offensive boards. Washington with 1 more turnover than Pierre, 2. Pierre with only 9 turnovers in this ball game, and Washington passing the ball around very well. 13 assists compared to only 4 for the Lady Governors. 48-29 our score. Going to forego our post-game conversation with Scott DeBoer here. We'll talk to him on Saturday about this game before the game with Brandon Valley, but we do have our Bauman Lumber player of the game to announce, and we'll do that after you hear from Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery.